Before we get to our next tasting, we wanted to share that July is Sarcoma Awareness Month.
My son Jason was diagnosed with osteosarcoma at the age of 7, and after about a year of fighting, he passed away September 2016. He did get to have his wish fulfilled through the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which was to become a YouTube star. The link to that video is down below. He got to go out to California and meet some of his favorite YouTubers. That's part of the reason why we started this channel, as a little nod to Jason.
So this month, we'll be promoting a GoFundMe charity in Jason's honor. Any donation would be greatly appreciated.
Sarcomas account for very few adult cancers, but they're about 20% of pediatric cancers, and currently there's only about a 50% survival rate. So obviously funding and research is very much needed.
Again, any donation is greatly appreciated, and we appreciate your support.
Now, on to the whiskeys.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Eric.
And I'm Kevin.
In episode 3, we're going to continue with the Buffalo Trace Distillery, and we're going to be sampling the Eagle Rare, which is a 10-year whiskey. It's a mash bill 1, so it's got 10%, approximately 10% rye. And with it being aged 10 years, that means the youngest barrel that was blended was 10 year, but kind of their range is 10 to 12 years.
Ooh, love that noise.
Oof, another heavy pour.
Heavy pour.
Definitely a little bit of citrus. Kind of tends to be a theme with the Buffalo Trace.
It is. There is a lot of citrus notes in there. Get a little more, it's not like the caramel, but it's a more burnt caramel. Creme brulee?
Creme brulee.
Like that,
yeah.
Like that little bit more of a burnt
sugar.
Burnt sugar. Which could easily be the fact that it's in that barrel, that 10 to 12 year range.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Funny enough, a little bit of marshmallow. Very faint though.
All right.
Let's give it a taste.
Taste it. Very smooth, very sweet, not overly complex. Mm-mm. You're not getting a spice. I'm not getting a heavy fruit, but there's a sweet that's not just a sugar sweet. What is that?
It's got a spice. The finish has got a spice to it.
Right around the edge, right?
Yep.
So this Eagle Rare is a Kentucky straight bourbon. So what that's going to mean is a straight bourbon needs to all the barrels need to come from the same state. That is really the only rule that makes it that straight bourbon. And obviously Kentucky, 95% of all bourbons are coming from Kentucky. So they've blended them all straight from their Kentucky stash.
Overall, I think it's very tasty bourbon. But
this is the kind of bourbon it's a nice sipper. It's not complex. It's not something you sit with and mull over or have a cigar with. It's just it's a nice, smooth sipper. You can sit with it for a while and just kind of work on that.
Well, this one compared to the other two we've tasted in the previous episodes, this one's pretty readily available. It's not It's not like the Blantons and some of the Buffalo Trace, the single barrels that are really allocated, and you gotta be out there hunting and be able to know where the honey holes are. This one's pretty readily available.
Even though they're all coming out around, released, they're all allocated, but Eagle Rare, I mean, the price is generally around $40. Mm-hmm. Give or take, it's always kind of been there for at least the last handful of years, versus Blanton's price has gone up pretty materially. Even Buffalo Trace's price has gone up. But the bottle just it doesn't talk to you like that Blanton's bottle. So special.
It's not the wow factor with the bottle.
Absolutely. And the Buffalo Trace is just, I think, so known now because Buffalo Trace is so popular with all their other lines, which we'll get into, that I feel like it's just the forgotten stepchild. Is really what it comes down to.
It's a good way to put it.
But if you can find it, it's definitely worth picking up.
It's one to keep on your bar cart, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's
Or
definitely
behind the bar.
it's definitely an easy drinker and a good introduction bourbon, I think.
Mm-hmm. If you like bourbon, you like whiskeys, we'll get into scotches later. Subscribe to the channel.
Hit the like button and hit the bell so that you're notified every time that we put out a show. Thanks for watching, and
We'll see you the next time. Cheers.
cheers. All right, we got any? There's nothing special about Eagle Rare, is there?
No, not really.
What else? There's just nothing. Like, there's just nothing special. That one was super short.
Yeah.
But there's just nothing to say.